tour, and I'm going to show anybody out there that thinks for 1 second that maybe I'm second-guessing myself that I am the greatest of all time forever and ever. One surprise. I'm back.
To make it out the ice cold streets of the city, you better have a Christopher word game with it. You better have a dance game similar to Diddy, or play B-baller but a rim like Smitty. Josh, Chris, Bosh, Paul, Gasol, or any other nigga that ball and tall. I used to sell it white as Paul Wall. Gave my young boy 3 of them in the mall, and he gon' bring me 75K back tomorrow. You know what big about, you know what bigger do. Ice water in my veins, hard pumping igloo. I'm familiar with the money, so who the fuck is you? What the fuck you do? Where the fuck you from? Who you knowin'? Somebody get this nigga, I don't know him. And I'm about to jet off on his ass like a Boeing. Gone. Song.
You don't like the prestige that I have in life? You don't like the notoriety? You detest the fact that I got more cars than most of you have friends. I got a big house on the big side of town. I got life pretty much the way I want it.
To make it out.
Attack skills and vocabulary too. Cover hits in the distant edition is all brand new. You're through. I'm interplanetary like Doctor Who. So who?
Fuck your beef, no relief. I step on stage, girls scream like I'm Keith.
What's up, everybody? It is the biggest party of the summer. It is the SummerSlam preview show. Ring-Time Pro Wrestling in the building. Keisha, what's up?
All shows are canceled on Sunday except SummerSlam. Everything. Everything will be postponed until Monday.
Yo.
For SummerSlam.
I'm going to give you the genius of Vince McMahon. Vince said, yo, I am going to drop an event, and it's going to go down the 1 week in the summer where it's perfect. Keish. Ain't shit popping. Football don't start for another week. Well, college football. It's like some basic ass college football. The NFL don't start for like 2 more weeks. I'm getting down before Labor Day, so y'all ain't stuck traveling.
Right.
I'm doing this in Brooklyn every year now. New York has pretty much been the home of SummerSlam. It's pretty much been a home for a long time, but Brooklyn specifically has now been the official home for the last few years. And I like it's going to stay that way. And I'm with that.
Yeah.
I'm so with it. We are going to talk everything Takeover. We're going to talk about SummerSlam. We're going to talk about everything this week. Well, not everything this week. So usually we break down Raw, SmackDown. We do the preview. We decide to edit the format. If you don't know, or you haven't been listening, we a day early. We give it an extra day of basically for you to get this content, soak it in, rub it on your skin like oil of Olay. You know what I'm saying? Get comfortable with it. We wanted you to have it in time for Takeover. We didn't want you to rush through the preview of Takeover. You know, the morning of. We didn't want you to rush through the SummerSlam preview. We want you to be able to digest it, break it down, see what we get right, see what we get wrong. So we're going to follow the leader a little bit. Me and Keish going to take you on a ride through the WWE. We're going to talk a little history. We're going to break down the history of these events. Takeover. Brooklyn is his 3rd year. SummerSlam. We like 30 years in, Keish. 30 years in.
Wait, SummerSlam at the same age? I am not aware. I was not aware of that.
Y'all the same age, Keish. Do you understand?
Tell me I'm like a few months older than SummerSlam. Time out. Like, when was I going to know this information?
1992. The 5th anniversary of SummerSlam took place at Wembley Stadium. We're going to talk about it today. 2002, 15 years ago, the debut of the Brock versus Rock. One time and one time only.
15 years ago?
Brock Lesnar's rookie year. Maybe one of the most successful rookie years ever. One of the most dominant rookie years ever. It's capped off with SummerSlam. Him beating the Great One. Mind you, there's never a rematch for this title. Brock just goes on to be the undisputed champion. Never a rematch, Keish. He's like, no, I got this. I'm taking it from here. So, we're going to break it down. We're going to talk about it. We're going to have some fun. And we're going to get you home early. Like I said, we're not going to go through the whole week. But we're going to talk about some things.
We're going to highlight some stuff.
Right? This is our first podcast since the horrific events in Charlottesville, Virginia. Because I'm a content provider, because I'm somebody who talks, and you know what I mean, I felt I would speak on it. Because, I mean, it's what I do. Right? And I know y'all came here for wrestling. Y'all can fast forward for about 10 minutes if you want to just listen to wrestling. But we get a little real world in this. And
of course.
One thing I learned this week, a lot of people are still fucking crazy.
Yep, you're right about that shit.
A lot of people are intellectually dishonest. A lot of people out there just don't understand the... I guess I didn't understand. This, I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. We are still dealing with racism at high levels. We are dealing with a president who's a fucking moron.
You're right about that shit.
Who's basically sold his soul, if he ever had one. Well, here's the thing. I could try to say he sold his soul, but you know, Trump been racist. Not been racist. I would have called him racist for sure. I'm going to say the dude has had the tendencies of racism since the Central Park 5. Do your research.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm just saying, my heart goes out to the victims. I'm with the counter protesters. Hey, yo, man, if this shit come to your city, you got to stand. You got to stand up. You got to show. This shit can't happen.
Keith, have you not heard?
Where have I not heard?
Because I've seen that there have been plans for there to be more protests by these idiots in more cities, and guess which one of them is on that list?
Okay, if you're gonna tell me Atlanta, right? This is what I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna make sure that, see, Charlottesville, Virginia is nice. It's a nice college town, and it has some people in there.
Right, yeah.
But, and I'm not trying to feed to any stereotypes and all that, but guess what? Come protest today, right? Because all I would say is, hey, bruh, Decatur, you don't go downtown. Because Decatur is...
Right. Decatur
ain't that... Man, like a central location where Bankhead and Decatur could be at the same place at the same time?
Yeah, you might not want to do that.
Look, see, they thought like, hey, some people came for a fight. Hey, bro, I know some brothers who really just showed up for the principle that they might get to fight. Like, just understand. Yeah. And it might be, look, man, yeah, let's do it. It's just like if they tried to do one in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Like when they said they'd come to Detroit, it'd be that homogenized Detroit, right? Like it'd be in Ann Arbor and shit. It'll be in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? It'll be like, oh, Woodward and like 6 Mile or nothing. But let's look. Just, it's a crazy world, man. Keep your eyes open.
That's the thought I had when I seen it, though. That's the thought I had when I seen it. I was like, they be in Atlanta, they're not going to be downtown. They're going to be in, like, Buckhead, Alpharetta. Like they're going to be out in Alpharetta some damn where, you know, and they ain't going to come, like, to Mechanicsville, downtown, like, in the heart of downtown. They ain't going to be on Pryor Street and, like, by 5 Points. Like, that's not going to happen, okay? It ain't going to happen. So, I'm just, this has become very fucking ridiculous, and personally, I'm just not for it. I'm sorry. I ain't for it. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry at all. Fuck that shit. Like, I'm not for it at all.
Here's the thing.
I ain't for none of that shit.
If you are mad about Confederate monuments being taken down, you're fucking stupid, right? And this is why you're stupid.
Thank
a
you.
few reasons. One, I had a guy at work was like, "Oh, they shouldn't take the monuments down." You know, it was about history. That's what fucking textbooks are
God.
for.
Here we go.
Right?
Here we go.
First of all, that's
right.
what textbooks are for. Well, let's say it by somebody who failed a community college. Look, all I'm saying is this. I ain't saying they failed a community college. I don't know. But I just like to talk shit. Look, man. That's what textbooks are for. Seriously. This is what textbooks are for. They don't deserve monuments. I get that it's history, but they don't deserve monuments. Do Genghis Khan deserve a fucking monument?
Exactly.
Do Hitler get a monument? And he was a part of the actual fucking government. This is a monument to people who led a rival government against your government.
Exactly. And lost, by the way.
Yes. How do you sit there and wave an American flag alongside of a Confederate flag? It's fucking counterintuitive. Like, it's...
Yeah.
That is a treasonous flag. That is a flag of some fucking traitors who decided they want to leave our country and try to make their own. Or
they tried to
American land. They tried to overthrow the government. Like, you fucking idiots. But, okay. I digress. Oh, for the sole purpose of owning slaves. And so you support that, you support slavery. Like, there's a big thing with slavery. And people not want to be owned by other people.
Right.
Okay.
Because
as somebody who's like doing the research into his family history, at a certain point, their birthdays, it says about, because they don't know, because they don't have fucking records, because it was okay. I digress.
No.
I'm gonna go.
Let it out. Trust me. Soapbox it.
I'm gonna go. We're gonna talk about wrestling. It's gonna be fun. It is a pay-per-view. It is a wonderful weekend in wrestling. There's a mega main event planned for this weekend.
Yeah, we sure do.
Like, okay, when you think about it, reality sets in that this is probably the biggest main event they could have, right? Outside of, like, putting John Cena in the match. It is literally the biggest main event they could have.
That is correct.
I think the build-up and booking to it has been very good.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm going to do, we'll go down the line for a few things that I'm going to mention that happened. Raw. Okay. Dean and Seth have a moment, which leads to them and Cesaro and Sheamus fighting, and we set up a tag team title match for SummerSlam, with Cesaro and Sheamus versus Dean and Seth. I think the fans care about Dean and Seth now. Is this the catalyst for a full Shield reunion at the end of the year? Because I think Roman's going to go through some steps before he decides to jump over, right?
Right.
Losing Sunday, I think, is a big step forward. I mean, unless... we'll say that for SummerSlam preview. Sasha Banks is officially the #1 contender for the women's title. We have a new cruiserweight champion in Akira Tozawa as he defeated Neville.
I was so excited.
Titus worldwide?
Yeah. You know what's funny? I read a question somebody had posted under like a video of it. It was like, hey, I guess they don't know. It was a black person, mind you. They were like, yeah, Titus should have Apollo. Why Titus don't have Apollo out there, hopping along with him and do it? I said, ho, bruh.
Yeah. You know what? I was shocked I was shocked Apollo wore the shirt. But here's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was like.
Okay.
Really though?
The conversation, right, is so two Americas. All right.
Right.
Because here's the thing. Okay, for those of you who don't know, me and Keisha are very familiar with the fraternity and sorority world on a variety of levels. My wife is a SG Row. Keisha is a member of a fraternity. So we kind of got some insight, right? And in the college world, there are. Oh, speaking of which, just total sidetracked. In Morrow, there's a DTLR outlet, right? Which I never knew they had an outlet store.
Wait a minute, they have an outlet store?
Yes.
This is news to me. I didn't know this either.
Yeah, it's not in the mall. It's like across from the mall, like in a little plaza or whatever. But next to the DTLR outlet, there's a place called Nubian Books, and of course they have black books. But man, they got all the ill fraternity and sorority stuff, and they got Order Easter Star stuff, Mason stuff. It's
Get out of here.
Crazy. I think I'm gonna cop Nicole some stuff down there one day, but it's crazy. But yeah. But anyway, yes. So this is definitely like a two Americas conversation, because there is one part of America that sees it. They're like, that Titus is sure having fun, and there is some other part of America like, that boy proud of his frat. And there's another part of America who like, man, he gonna get some people beat the fuck up.
Right? Because that was the first thought I had. I was like, I don't know if Apollo should be wearing that shirt. Like part of me was like,
because I looked at the shirt, I'm like,
war.
All right.
That's gonna start the whole different war right there. Like, I don't know what the hell.
I was on Twitter one day and I asked, was Akira Tozawa pledging? And there was some people who got it. There's some people like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it's like, two Americas, bruh. Two Americas.
Right.
Because it's just one part of America that really know what I'm talking about, and there's one that has no earthly clue. Two Americas. Because it was just like, hey man, I'm looking at that, and I'm wondering, is somebody trying to figure out if they got a copyright claim?
Right. Okay.
One thing I know about my Divine Nine, they very serious about their intellectual property and copyrights of their organizations and what they. But what my illustrious wife brought to me, that globe in the middle of his hands, you know what I mean, might be the loophole. Here's some things too. I don't know. Okay, I'm pretty sure there's a mixed bag on this, right? I think there are some who are like, oh hell no, what the hell are you doing? And I'm like some that's uber proud and have bought up like 100 of them shirts. Right. So I don't know.
You know what? It got in my this on a personal level. Like, I was like, yeah, I want one of them shirts. Ooh, but can I wear that in public? Like,
it's one of them like, okay. I'm just saying, right? Look, what if I pledge alumni? You know what I'm saying? No, okay. I'm just saying. Look, man, it's a very prestigious organization. I think I'm big enough now. You know what I'm saying?
With you, Keith.
I think I'm swole enough now. You know what I'm saying? About 250. You know what I'm saying? I think I could be it. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, aside from that, Keish. I mean, off air.
When you have to make these kind of life decisions, it's ridiculous.
Off air, I'll tell you what organization I really have been thinking about, though. And I've been thinking about for a while. But yeah, so that's there, right? But from a side note, from a business side of this, Keish, I think Titus Worldwide needs a media arm. I think it needs somebody in the broadcast world, somebody in the podcast world to help spread the message of Titus Worldwide. And I think the Ringtime Pro Wrestling staff would be great to have this, to offer their services to Titus Worldwide.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. 100%.
I think we would be a great addition to the brand and a great addition to the company. And I think we could prophesy and spread the message of the entrepreneurship of Titus Worldwide. And also, I think we need management, Keish. I think we need good representation. I think we can take this to the next level with the right proper representation. My goal of being the general manager of Raw has not changed. And I think with Titus Worldwide having backing, I think I would be a lot closer to the same goal.
Oh, definitely.
So, just putting it out there. Titus, you ain't got to respond right away. Just let it marinate. Let it sizzle a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You can hit me on the DM. I think we can do that. And figure some stuff out. Anyway, ongoing. Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor had a weird match, which I think they kind of microwaved it to set up for Sunday.
Yeah, I can't wait to Sunday.
Yeah. And just on a final note, so the Fatal 4-Way contestants all got in the ring together to hash it out, which I thought was a little weird at first because one thing I haven't liked about the build to this match is that they've had too many matches.
Yeah.
I like my people separate, right? I like my people kind of beat up a jobber, go do some interviews. You don't even have to be there every week. Like, I think there's a certain level where you don't have to work every week. Brock, I think they've been working him a lot too, which leads to a lot of conspiracy theories. But I'm going to say the way they handled it on Monday was perfect. They had Roman, they had Joe, they had Brock, they had Braun. People got into it. People fought. We threw out the two Samoan guys, which I don't necessarily like, but I could deal with. And then it was Brock and Braun, and they had to face off, but they didn't really get to interact. They kept trying to get to each other, and then there was security, then there was the locker room, and they never quite could connect with each other. And I thought that was good. Because it leaves you like, okay, these are the two alphas. These are two big dogs in this. This is what it's going to come down to. And it's actually a match that's never happened, right? Like, when Brock was dealing with the Wyatt family, Braun was a part of it, but I don't think him and Braun had too many confrontations. So this is something that we actually have that's fresh, which in wrestling is really hard to get to something fresh. And I think this match will be intense, and I'm very impressed with what Braun has become. So I'm going to go down, we're going to say that, and, we'll see how it works.
I think the confrontation, I think the confrontation, I expected it to happen the way that it did. Because you have four hotheads in the ring that all want to prove that they're an alpha male. Ain't no way in hell they were just all going to get together, talk some smack, and leave. Like, we all knew that wasn't going to happen.
Right.
Like, security was useless because security is always useless. They had to bring out the wrestlers from the back. Like, it got to the exact point I thought that it would get at in the first place. So what was the point? Like, what was the point to me? I really didn't even understand it. I was just kind of like, do we really need to see all four of them in the ring together before SummerSlam? And then they get into this brawl, and one of them accidentally gets hurt, and the next thing you know, it goes from being a fatal four-way to a triple threat or some shit like that. Like, was this really, like, something that actually had to happen, or did y'all just want to see this happen, like, for no reason? Because it wasn't necessary. Like, it wasn't like this was, like, a contract signing or anything like that. They just decided that they was just going to get them all in the ring face-to-face. For what? For what? Because they barely said anything. Like, all of them barely said anything. I mean, the person that said the most was Heyman. And that's because he came out first. Like, other than that, it was just kind of like, I don't understand the point in this situation. So, I felt like it was a moment that was really not needed, but I get why they did it. And now we get to see all of them fight on Sunday, so, yeah. I guess we just have to kind of backtrack a little bit. It was just, I guess I just didn't get it. And maybe that's just me, but, you know, I was like, yeah, nah. Nah.
Yeah, I think it was a good setup, and I'm glad the way they set it up. Fast forward to SmackDown. Only thing I want to talk about SmackDown is that so there was a main event with John Cena and one Jinder Mahal, right?
Right.
Once again, thought it was a little overloaded. One thing I think wrestling has to get away from is trying to book the blockbuster match on regular ass TV every week.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're gonna have pay-per-views, especially the week that you're having probably the biggest pay-per-view you've had in the last 5 months, it's probably gonna be the second biggest pay-per-view you have all year. Because this is the end of the first quarter of the WWE calendar, right? So, this is real big, and this is what sets the course for the year. Because it's this, then we get to Survivor Series, then it's Royal Rumble, and then we're at the big one, right?
Right.
Baron Corbin attempts a cash in on Jinder Mahal, which I feel like if you set this in motion, you only set it in motion if it's going to be successful.
Right.
Because let's say it's successful, Keish. You upset the whole fucking apple cart 5 days before SummerSlam.
Exactly.
Now,
right?
Everybody's scrambling. It's fucking crazy. Because what's going to happen is, I think you get more people to tune into SummerSlam, because then they're like, we don't know what's going to happen. Right? But
yeah.
It's... Or, look, you keep the briefcase intact until SummerSlam, because then one thing about having the briefcase out there, I feel like, is helpful, is that not knowing when it's going to get cashed in.
Right.
Like, I think that always adds a tense element to every title match after that, until this happens. So if you see him lurking around backstage, if they play with the camera where he comes out to commentary, or, you know what I mean, whatever, you get that tense, like, oh shit, it could pop off. It could pop off. You know what I mean? Like, the Ziggler cash in, I feel like is how cash in should go, where the crowd just erupts. Like, I don't think the crowd, like, I think they popped when they saw it, but they didn't like really like, oh shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because no one wanted that to happen. Like, it was too soon.
Yeah.
It was too soon. Like, he literally just won that briefcase like yesterday. Like, no. There was no reason in my mind for him to cash in yet. Like, no. It was way too soon. He should have waited to cash in for at least a few more months. You know? Like, I even give him Survivor Series. You know, just give it a big event, but not this close to him actually winning the contract. Like, it was just too soon. Like, I thought that Baron would have cashed in close to the beginning of the year, or the beginning of next year. So I'm talking sometime between Survivor Series and WrestleMania, you know? Like, even Royal Rumble, you know, somewhere in there. Now, you see I've just named 3 of the 4 big pay-per-views because SummerSlam was just too soon. Close to SummerSlam, it was even worse. Like, it didn't get that pop because I'm like, okay, you're cashing in on Jinder Mahal. Like, nothing against Jinder Mahal because I actually think he's been doing great as champion. But you want to cash in now? Nah. On SmackDown? No. Like, it was too soon. It was the wrong place. It was the wrong time. Period.
Right.
Like, teasing it would have been more exciting. Get in there, act like you're finna get a rest of briefcase, take it back, bounce out. That would have been better. That would have been way better because at least we know he would have still had it going into this match. I think it would have gave him a leverage, like a boost of confidence going into this match with John Cena. You know, like, it would have been still something else that he could have held over his head as one of his achievements, you know. Hey, I'm John Cena facing Mr. Money in the Bank. You know, it would have set a different tone. Now you got to find it because you don't have the briefcase anymore. So I think it was a waste, personally. Not saying he shouldn't have been Mr. Money in the Bank. I think that was an awesome idea. I think that was incredible. But him cashing in this soon was retarded. Like, like, it just shouldn't have happened at all. It shouldn't have been completed. Now, you can get out there and tease it all you want to, but it should just not have happened, like, as a complete action. It should have been waited out. So, yeah.
You want six degrees of John Cena Money in the Bank cash here?
Oh, God.
Okay.
This is going to be very interesting.
John Cena is the first person to fail cashing in Money in the Bank.
Right.
One, because he gave the guy like a heads up like a month in advance. 2, John Cena was the first person to defeat the Money in the Bank cash, or the second person to defeat the guy on the Money in the Bank cash in. He defeated his guy in a clean match. Because he beat Sandow.
Right.
And John Cena is the opponent of the third guy who failed to cash in the Money in the Bank. In the 3 failures of the Money in the Bank cash in, all directly or indirectly at some point involved John Cena. Now, it does help that he's the biggest star in the WWE the last 15 years, so it kind of helps. But we're here. I think we're gonna go to. I guess we'll go to the birthdays and then to do a little bit of the news, and then we'll hit our break, and then it's preview home.
Yeah.
Because I thought how we were gonna do it, then I realized, hey man, we 33 minutes in, so you know,
right.
33 minutes in. Let's handle this a little different. So, it is August, Keish. God darn, we're almost to the end of August. Where has 2017 went? But let's go. Today, it's Friday. Well, y'all go get this show, and Paige celebrates a birthday. Paige turns 25 today. Shout out to Paige, who may be sooner to coming back than later. We don't know yet. There's a lot of rumors float.
We'll get into that when we talk about the news.
Okay.
We'll get into that
A
when we talk about
lot
the
of
news.
rumors floating around in these streets.
Yeah.
I would love her to come back this weekend. I
That would
think
be
she would
awesome.
be. Also, I think it'd be helpful if she starts traveling and moving around with the WWE while her boyfriend is here and doing whatever he's going to do, so they can have some time apart. Because you know he can't come on the road, right?
Right.
'Cause,
Of course not.
they can't stand
you gotta
him.
leave him at
and
house.
He can't stand them. So,
You gotta
baby,
leave him at house.
baby, don't come to the job. Don't. No, you can't come
Right.
to the job. No. I just want to talk to somebody. Nope. You can't, because if the boss come out, you know what I'm saying, and he see you, and then y'all see each other, you might say something to him, and then it's a fight, and there's a no-win situation, right? Because let's say you get your ass whooped, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
That doesn't look good.
Pretty much.
But if you whoop his ass, I'm definitely fired. I might get fired if he kick your ass. But if you kick his ass, I'm definitely fired. And I'm just saying, one person is a legit ex-MMA fighter. The other guy was just a pro wrestler. Don't really know what his street game is like. I will say this. That dude is jacked up and he works out every day. And I don't want to know what it's like. I don't want to fight either one of them.
Nah, never. Not at all.
And hypothetically, I don't want one of his goons to run up on me. You know what I'm saying? Because here's the thing, right? Let's say you Alberto and you ran up on Triple H. And Triple H was back there and he got hot and he was mad. Now he go defend himself because he ain't gonna like no sucker. Because he can't let anybody else in that locker room think that he a sucker. And Brock see that shit and be like, don't run up on my mans. Now Brock is also a legit MMA fighter, but Brock was an MMA fighter on the highest level. I mean, I know Del Rio was an MMA fighter, but okay, here's the thing. I played college football, Keish. But you know where I didn't play? In the SEC. I didn't play in the ACC. I didn't play in the Big Ten. I didn't play in the Pac-10. I didn't play in the Big 12. Keish, I didn't play in the damn American Athletic Conference. All I'm saying is, there's levels to this. Brock was in the UFC. Wherever Alberto fought, I'm pretty sure it wasn't the most well-lit place.
No, not at all.
I'm pretty sure the film is kind of grainy. And I'm just saying that to say, I think you might break him in half.
Oh, Lord.
So, I'm just saying,
Oh, Lord.
all of this could end bad, right? And a sad note, just because we having fun, and I feel the energy, the ultimate dream match that you could set up in wrestling has not been had yet. And it's not been had because it's not because of WWE. It's because the other guy is still fucking around with GFW now. If Bobby Lashley came back to the WWE, but you have to be 100% all in on wrestling, which I don't think Bobby Lashley's that kind of guy. Because I think that's why he left in the first place. I don't think he likes the schedule and all that shit. And he don't have the notoriety to get the Brock schedule. But think about it. And I don't think he's all in on MMA either, because I think he would be fighting in Bellator still, right? All I'm saying, Keish, if that guy focused and then got into WWE, they could build him against Brock. I wouldn't put him on Raw. I'd put him on SmackDown. I'd let him, and I'd give him a monster run through SmackDown, and then I'd set my match up. WrestleMania, Brock versus Lashley. The guy got the look. He got the legit background. He was an All-American wrestler. It's almost like a Black Brock. Now, would it rip America apart? A little bit. But,
of course. Well, wouldn't.
But, hey, just a little bit. It won't do any more damage to the shit that's going down in 2 weeks. But, yeah. So, that could happen. Just a thought. But, back to birthdays. That's how far we got away on birthdays. The lovely Lilia Garcia will be celebrating a birthday Saturday. Lilia Garcia will be turning 51. Former ring announcer, national anthem aficionado, singer, all that stuff. Shout out to Lilia. Now on the 20th, Sunday, the actual day of SummerSlam.
That's right.
Keish, former WWE diva Tori celebrates her birthday. Tori turns 53. Duke the Dumpster Droese will be celebrating a birthday on Sunday. Duke will be 47. Byron Saxton will be celebrating a birthday. Current WWE commentator. Byron will be turning 36. Wow. That's it. Who the fuck is Nick Miller? He was born in 1985. Who is Nick Miller? Is that an indie guy that we don't know about? Generally, I kind of know about the guys on the birthday list. Anybody got anything on Nick Miller? Page of Nick Miller. Nick Miller. Miller. All right. I guess not. So, we enter the news. Pretty much.
Oh, my God.
I'm not going to go too much into a lot of stuff, but unless you've been living under a wrestling rock, which, I mean, if you listen to wrestling podcasts, I'm pretty sure you heard about Ric Flair being in the hospital.
Of course. You don't even have to listen to a wrestling podcast. I seen it on ESPN earlier today.
Yeah.
Like, it's everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, now, you can understand. Wrestling fans get a little worried when one of ours gets sick. In the past few years, we've had a bad run. Okay?
Yeah.
We lost Piper and Dusty in the same year. We lost Savage some years ago. I mean, we go down the line. We done lost some greats. We lost Jack Briscoe not too long ago. It's scary. You know, I heard Harley is doing better, but he wasn't in good health, a little while ago. Like, I don't know. The bizarro world of 2017 is already enough. And the 30 for 30 comes out in November. I'd hate to be a posthumous event. You know what I mean? So people were worried. So Rick, there was announced he was in the hospital. His agent said it was like a medical condition for medical reasons. Next thing you know, I heard he got surgery. Next thing I heard he was in critical condition. Next thing I heard he was in a medically induced coma. Right now he's still in critical, from what I understand. From what I've been reading, he had like his colon removed or half of his colon removed. Yeah, it's the real deal. And all I'm gonna say is, man, we here wish the best to Ric Flair and his family. It's rough. I know it's rough with a loved one is going through something like that, and we just, we need Rick to kick out, man.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all it comes down to. Hey, man, you need to try to for you to kick out at 2, bruh.
That's what everybody is hoping for. Yeah, we need to go ahead and just go put your foot on the rope, do something. Like,
yeah. I mean,
but we need you to go ahead and we can't have you getting pinned. That just.
I'm just saying, you're the dirtiest player of the game. Hey, this is one of them times where you distract the ref, pull out the brass knucks, and knock death out with the brass knucks.
Right.
That's what we need for Ric Flair. But we here. We you know. What I did at the opening of the show was like, hey man, I'm talking Rick right here. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
I had to put that Killer Mike Ric Flair on, bruh. Cause whoo.
That song was great, by the way.
Man, that whoo. That's something I could have walk into a room like, yo, when I come into the room, this need to hit. This need to hit when I walk into a room.
Of course you would.
But you know, that's where we at. So G27 Climax has concluded. It was done last week. Naito wins the G1 Climax. He beat Kenny Omega in the final. So Kenny Omega is not the first American to win back-to-back G1 Climax events. But if you listen to this show, you know I predicted who was going to win because, I mean, wrestling ain't hard to predict a lot of times. And I know Japan needed another top-tier Japanese superstar to be alongside Okada. It gives Okada 2 heels now that he gets to face and fight and deal with. If Kenny Omega departs, which I think is probably not because I just think he re-upped for another 6 months with New Japan. But the idea is that you've built some homegrown stars, and I thought the tournament, to me, it's one of the best long-term book things in wrestling. Well, actually, it's the best.
Right.
And they show you long-term booking works, right? So I pretty much know what the main event is going to be for Wrestle Kingdom in January. And they already hyping Wrestle Kingdom. January 4th, right? And that one, I'm staying up. So when I staying up, I'm waking up. So I'll be setting my alarm to get up at 3 in the morning and watch some wrestling from Japan. Hopefully that Fire Stick app will be perfected. Because it's giving me hell. Now, if anybody else got some tips on the Fire Stick app, let me know. Because when I log in now, it don't let me like search and navigate the menus like I want to. So it's kind of better for me just to use my iPad and Chromecast it, which was fine. But I thought having an app, I really have to go through the whole Chromecast thing because it's a little work.
Understandable.
But I man, to get my wrestling, I do what I gotta do. And it's now with the major events, they got a lot of English commentary, which I think adds something. I can't admit, like at first I was a little resistant to the English commentary because I was kind of like, man, I've been watching this stuff in Japanese long enough. I'm good. The action is good enough for me. No, it adds something.
Right.
Also, I still ain't learned no Japanese, so it really don't matter.
Right.
Look, man, between that and like original anime and stuff like that, like I should have learned fucking Japanese by now. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, so we're getting set up for Wrestle Kingdom. I think we're gonna bring back the New Japan report. I just gotta stop being lazy and find some time on a Sunday to sit down and record the New Japan report. I think the way they schedule their events, it allows me enough time to kind of get you guys caught up to what I'm thinking and what's going on over there, because that's important wrestling. And you can start to see its imprints on the WWE, right?
Right.
Like when they went through the invasion and they kind of snatched up a bunch of talent, you got Doc and Carl Anderson, Doc Gallows, and then you get AJ Styles all in one swoop, and then you get Shinsuke Nakamura. I mean, like that was heavy hitting, right? Akira Tozawa, is a New Japan guy. So you are getting some major talent there. So the imprints right now on the company is cool, and I think it's good for fans to see another top tier organization out there. And especially as New Japan is trying to make a play into the U.S. market. Like they got a U.S. champion now. Like they are very firm on like they are trying to get this bread in the U.S.
Right.
And I'm all for it. They got a partnership with Ring of Honor. They got a partnership with CMLL. So there's this avenue for all these different crazy kind of matches with all this crazy talent. So I'm here for it. But with that being said, I think we're gonna come out and knock out a break. Be back, and we come back on the side of this break. It is previews of everything that's going down this weekend.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, so I need y'all to be ready, and it's going down. But that's it. The break.
Minute and a half interview about what just happened, but you can't elude the fact that you're on the way to the hospital to get stitched up. But you know what? Green is from Muda, red from Funk, sweating because I just wrestled the toughest match of my wrestling career. I'm unscathed because the bottom line is I passed my own test. I'm back, and I think from the bottom of my heart, better than ever before. So Terry Funk, whether it's Atlanta, Georgia, St. Louis, Missouri, Los Angeles, Pittsburgh, Charlotte, Greensboro, the end of the world, you and I will fight until one man walks away from this. And pal, like I said, I'm just getting warmed up. Just taking my first deep breath. Think about it, Terry Funk. You got Ric Flair dogging you from one end of the country to the other. And pal, you're gonna be mine. Woo!
All right, fans.
Hulk, hot lips, thunder lips, Hollywood, president, whatever it is you want to be known as, I'm talking to you, the man who for 20 years, by the grace of God, has kept me and a lot of other great talent in your shadow. Hogan, make no mistake. When I was in Garden City, Kansas, wrestling Rufus Jones for an hour, you were in Madison Square Garden for all the money. I know it. The world knows it. The difference is I was the world champion and you were a man on fourth before intermission beating the crowd to get a cold beer, pal. I was putting in time. I was with Race, Briscoe, Funk, Kaniski, Sting, Luger. I was with the boys that had to walk the real aisle. You, my friend, were carrying Dolly Parton to the Oscars. God bless you. You were making movies with Stallone. You became a bigger-than-life commodity. And for that, I give you your due. As for being a wrestler, you can't now and never could carry my jockstrap, pal.
Flair be talking that shit, man. I had to run 2 front promos. He told Hogan, you now and forever cannot ever carry my jockstrap. When he told him, like, yo, when you was in the Garden, I was wrestling Rufus Jones in St. Louis.
Right.
I was just like, damn, okay. He was like, the difference was, I could go an hour with Rufus Jones. Your ass went like 10 minutes and went to get a beer with the fans. Like, your ass was done. But, to be fair, he's right. Difference is, too, Flair can make Rufus Jones look good. Flair there's a lot of dudes that probably shouldn't have been in the ring with Flair when he was NWA champ and he went around to the territories, but he made that territory star look like $1 million. And like he went 60 minutes and people went for it. You know what I mean? And your territory star, people believe when Flair left at night, they had a shot. They could be world champ. They was on their way.
Right.
Was it true? No. But they felt like their guy was on his way. So, you know, I dig it. Nate, you know, we rooting for you. That's pretty much where that begins and ends. We rooting for you, man. So Keish, you know what it's time for, right?
Of course.
So I'm gonna tune up the band a little bit, and here we go. Yes, it is Takeover Brooklyn. I want to say is Brooklyn in the house. Oh, which is funny because people love to do that. And you know what? No matter where you at, Brooklyn's always in the house. I've never heard people not scream for Brooklyn in the house. Like, hey,
I haven't either.
You people in Brooklyn have an amazing travel program. Just saying. So, yeah, this is the third annual NXT in Brooklyn. So,
well, let's go. See how this goes. You know what? I'm excited about it. I always get just as excited about Takeover as I do about the actual
I think the pastime is not robbing you, but going jams, taking the town.
I don't want to try to I don't try to downplay Takeover to be, you know, like another NXT on Wednesday. It's like, nah, not at all.
No, I mean it's not. It's a legitimate big time pay-per-view, like
right, exactly.
So we, like I said, we're at our third one. Previous takeovers saw Sasha Banks and Bayley take down the house. We saw, was it Finn Balor and Kevin Owens? Like we this thing has really grown. This year's event, we got like 5 matches listed. I'm not sure if that's what it's all is gonna be. But we'll go with the matches that we got and we'll preview them and we'll go from there. Johnny Gargano will take on Andre Lamas. One-on-one singles match. I pretty much had this to Gargano for with his his ex-partner and guy out. We gotta figure out what we're gonna do. I think this is the first start to the launch of probably a big singles push for Gargano.
Right.
And I think it's a big start before he, starts heading towards the main roster. So, like, I can see Gargano at 205 Live, but I could also see him, as a, IC championship contender or U.S. title contender or one of the other brands. So, we'll see how that works out. Keish, you got any thoughts on this match? Or
I want to see how Zelina Vega is going to play a role in it. Of course, she has proven herself to be the classic manager for CN. So I'm really interested in how this is going to go for him with her by his side. personally, I don't think they'll have an effect, and I think Gargano's still going to win. But it's an interesting element to this entire situation. So yeah, that's pretty much how I see things going. Like, it's definitely going to be Gargano that's going to take the win, but I just want to. I think the actual road to that W is the more interesting thing about this match. So, yeah. Let's just see how this is.
No, where I will say, yeah, I think she matters a little bit, but I don't think she matters enough to win. I think it matters enough that she'll get over during the course of the match, because that needs to happen too.
Right.
So, that's it. Second match, Aleister Black versus Hideo Itami. This one is a lot of intrigue too, right? Because I don't know what they're doing with Hideo Itami, right? But I know they don't know what they want to do with him because of where, like, I think they had huge plans for him in the beginning. Like, huge NXT champ move to main roster plans.
Right.
Like, say Nakamura type plans. Because you see what Nakamura's doing. But I think they're just trying to figure him out now. Now, they're not giving up on him because he's still on the roster. But they try to figure it out. Aleister Black is a rock star.
He is.
Like,
he is.
One of the biggest treats I got from getting back into it, like, the way NXT works for me is kind of like my favorite TV shows or something like that. I rarely watch it on Wednesday. I watched it this past Wednesday because, I had to be prepared for the show, But generally what I do is I binge it. So, I watch for like 3 weeks, and then one Saturday when I'm at work, I'll run through 3 hours of NXT. And last month started by, who was this Aleister Black guy? Oh, snap. A week later. Oh, this getting real. And it's funny because along with me watching it, their promotion of him start ramping up a little bit. And I'm like, oh, he's the next one.
Exactly.
And it's a very authentic place. Like, he's the next one. So, of course, I think he's winning. Like, he's beating Itami. How he beats him, how it goes about, I don't know. He's winning. Period, point blank. That guy is the next star. Like, he's... They found one in this guy. And it's not that he does anything too in particular that I can just put my finger on. It's just that, like, I get a good feel from him. I believe him, which is very helpful in wrestling. You need to believe what you see. You need to feel like, oh no, I think that I don't want no problems with that dude.
He's not really hard to believe in. Yeah. When I watched him, when I seen him do Black Mass on Hideo, when they first had their, I guess, initial interaction in the ring, like, that was enough for me right there. I was just like, this guy is too over. Like, he's too much. And the crazy part about it is, his character, himself, it takes little to nothing. Like, he it's like it's effortless almost. And he caught my attention from the very first time I saw him on NXT. Like, I was like, dude, who is this guy? He's awesome. Like I don't know what it is about him, but I know he's gonna go places. Like, he has that kind of feel. So yeah, I'm waiting to see what they do with Aleister Black and how this goes. Cause mind you, he doesn't say anything. Like, he says little to nothing. To tell the truth, he doesn't really say anything at all. But he doesn't have to. It's not necessary. It's not needed. And it goes better. Everything goes better this way. So I'm definitely ecstatic about watching him play his future out on NXT. But I think this match in general is a great place for him right now. That's for me too. Definitely. So with that being said, like, these two are gonna have something epic.
Right. No, very much potential matches. I mean, here's the thing. The next 4 matches all will contend, I think, for match of the night. With that one being on the list. Right? So, well, I think we both can safely say is black. Authors of Pain will take on Sanity for the NXT Tag Team Championship.
Oh, this is going to be fun.
Funny. Authors of Pain have kind of moved to babyface status here on this quietly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think this is the perfect booking because this is the first time they're in legitimate danger. Right?
Right.
Sanity has size and it has numbers. Right? Because they do have one big guy, but they got 2 other guys. You know what I'm saying? And a girl. So there's this legitimate, like, oh wow, like they could cheat and do this, or you know, they could jump somebody. Like there's ways for them. Because honestly, watching the Authors of Pain in NXT, it's just like, ooh, okay, don't know who's gonna beat them. Now in a triple threat with the Revival and DIY, it was kind of like, oh, okay, those guys, those 4 are just going to beat the hell out of these 2 today. But they overcame that. And it was an amazing match. Like, I think it was one of the best matches I've seen in a long time.
Exactly.
Excited to see what happens. But I'm going to stick with Authors of Pain. Like, I'm going to stick with them holding on to those titles. I don't think they're done in NXT for a while. They're going to be interested on how they're booked on the main roster also. Because that big physical appearance is one thing in NXT, but I don't know how it looks on the main roster. Because I've seen teams that when they got to the main roster, they were booked similarly, and it was like the Ascension, right? But then they just was like, y'all big at NXT, but y'all not really that big here, so we're going to make this. You know what I mean? So I'm interested. Yeah. But right now, I'm going to enjoy them where they are, and I think they got a good shot at this stuff. And I think they're going to win. Asuka defends her title against Ember Moon, NXT title. Keith, what you got?
Ooh, so I had thorough consideration into this match because Asuka is not only undefeated, but she's the longest reigning champion. Period. So I had to really take this into careful thought and consideration. Like, maybe, she's going to win, No. In my mind, this is the end of her reign. In my opinion, this is it for her. Ember Moon wins this match. Ember Moon becomes the new NXT champion. And Ember Moon ends not only Asuka's winning streak, but also her reign as champion. It's over. It's over. Breathe it in. Take it in for a second. Let it out. Understand. This is a wrap. Because my girl Ember Moon.
I'm breathing it in. I'm also going through this shots fired because wow, you know my stance on Asuka, Keish.
Right.
My predictions for Asuka is that she is going to win because I just have to keep picking her until she loses. Because I haven't seen it. She is on a Goldberg-esque streak. I mean, not even Goldberg is far surpassed, right? So
Right.
we are here in new territory. Does she make her main roster debut still undefeated with a title? And like they just have to have a tournament or something in NXT. Like I think that's very possible. I think we're there with her. I don't know, Keish. But here's the thing. I want Ember Moon to win. I would be very happy if Ember Moon won.
You should be.
I mean, I think she needs a little bit of promo work. But outside of that, I think she's incredibly talented. I think her in-ring work is fantastic. I think she has a very good look. Those eyes scare me a little bit, and I like that.
Those eyes are awesome. I swear I want to be her one day in life. I'm just saying.
She has all she has all the tools in the toolbox, and I like I said, I'm rooting for her, but my official prediction is that I have to until she loses. I gotta ride this Oscar train. I gotta keep riding. But that's our first disagreement of the evening. We will probably have more because this SummerSlam shit is long as hell. But, we'll get to that too. Next, Bobby Roode versus Drew McIntyre, NXT title. Now, I have not booked the title change yet. Will I do it now? Let's see. Keith, what you got on two former TNA guys going in? Well, McIntyre was a WWE guy before a TNA guy, but what you got?
I think it's funny, first of all. Second of all, I'm very, ever since McIntyre returned, I have been very skeptical of how this is going to work out for him. Personally, I think this match is going to be absolute greatness. And, but you know what? I really think Bobby Roode will retain here. I do. I really think that this is going to continue him being champion. I just don't see it at all for. I just don't see it at all for anybody else. I really think it's just going to be this way for a while. Maybe not as long as Asuka, but it'll still be there for a substantial amount of time. So we'll see.
Yeah.
That's my take on it.
I'm gonna agree. I think that Rude holds on to the title. I think they like him with that belt in NXT. I think he adds a lot of star power to it. I think he's comfortable down there. I kind of wish he was on the main roster. Like, I think he'd be crazy good on Raw.
Oh, yeah.
With the same gimmick. Rocking out with the suits. And, I mean, I think he'd be a definite threat for the title. Immediately for the title. And he's a worker. He's a hell of a worker. And I think it is time. But I'm not mad at him in NXT. I think it's going to be a very good match between him and Drew. And I'm happy to see Drew back. And I don't think Drew's going to spend a lot of time at NXT. So we'll see how it all works out. It's going to be interesting, the next wave of transitions. Because we got a loaded roster here. And it's going to be interesting to see how transitions go. But yeah, very excited to see this match. And I'm picking Bobby Roode to retain. So I'm not picking any title changes on the NXT pay-per-view, which I'm pretty sure is off. Right? Something's got to happen. But what, I don't know. But we'll see. So, with that being wrapped up, that takes us to.
Oh man!
All right, Keish. 30 years into this, SummerSlam has been the biggest party of the summer. We have seen some fantastic events at SummerSlam. We have seen the only successful wrestling wedding ever happen at a SummerSlam. Match made in heaven, Macho Man and Elizabeth. Now, even after that, there was a problem at the reception, so I don't know if it's but it's the first wedding that I remember actually going all the way through. Where nobody was drugged. Shout out to Triple H. I think our first magical SummerSlam came in 1992 when we saw Bret Hart in the main event against Davey Boy Smith, his brother-in-law, for the Intercontinental Championship in Wembley Stadium, Davey's home of England. Bret's sister, Davey's wife, Diana, was there in the front row. It was crazy. It was everything you want to see. It was a lot of emotion. It's probably one of the best one-on-one matches I've ever seen Davey do. Bret gave an incredible performance. There was a co-main event. Macho Man was defending the world title against the Ultimate Warrior, which is a count-out. We saw the Road Warriors faced IRS, Money Inc., and they came down on these motorcycles, man. It was crazy. Keish, do you know that SummerSlam saw a match with Rick Martel and Shawn Michaels where nobody could hit each other in the face?
What?
Yeah, that was a stipulation of the match. Neither one of them could hit each other in the face. It is in a double count out.
That's so ridiculous.
They were vying for the services of one Sensational Sherry as manager, she was in Shawn Michaels' corner at the time. They both were as a manager. They were both very pretty boys. So, as a stipulation, both of them said, look, man, I can't be getting hit in the face. That's the moneymaker. So it became a stipulation of the match.
Yeah, sure.
Fast forward 10 years later, 2002. Brock versus Rock. One of the few one-time only matches that ever happened in wrestling. Brock Lesnar capping off an incredible rookie year. The Rock starts his ascension onto Hollywood. Yeah. He is the official man at the time. Like, this might be the time where he surpassed Austin as the man. But no, he gives it up for Hollywood. And the fans said, fuck you. Because they start going for Brock halfway through the match. Brock Lesnar was made that day. Like, I mean, he was already, when he came into the business, everybody knew he was going to be a star. But that was the day it was like, yo, we'll get this belt around him. And he had a hell of a run. You got to understand, between there and 2004, that is an incredible run by Brock. He's probably champ most of the time in some capacity. And he is one of the catalysts for the greatest eras of SmackDown. Because when that brand split comes, Keish, I'm going to say 2003 or so, even 2002. 2002 through like 2005. SmackDown's better than Raw. Like, it's better. It was the wrestling show. I think Raw was a sports entertainment show. I thought SmackDown was a wrestling show. Like, they was over there doing, just like when they was talking about like Cena and Mahal might be one of the most important matches or the biggest matches in the history of SmackDown this week. Keish, did you see Brock versus Angle Iron Man match on SmackDown? Fuck.
Oh.
I'm just saying, what? The first ever SmackDown where Shawn Michaels cheats The Rock out of a championship match when he's got Triple H all but pinned? Like, look, there were some matches. Just understand. But, okay, I digress. 2002, 15 years later, Brock is back. Universal Champion. Like he never left. Well, he left, came back. There's some stuff in between. So let's look at this card. Currently booked for the pre-show, Akira Tozawa will defend his newly won Cruiserweight Championship against Neville. Neville invoking a rematch clause. Keith, who you got, if you care?
I don't know. It's hard to say because both are worthy of winning. So I really can't pick a winner. I just gonna let that one play out the way that it should. I'm just gonna let it play out and see how that goes. It'll be one of the only matches that I actually feel this way about because, yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah, here's what I will say with that. I think Tozawa will retain because it's his time right now.
Right.
So that's like the easiest thing to tell you. It's his time. So I will put the belt, keep the belt with Tozawa. This is a 4-hour show. It starts at 7:00.
Right. That is
and
correct.
I got a feeling it's gonna go to like that 4.5. Like I think this shit's gonna go off at 11:30. Like I'm glad I work Mondays, but oh man,
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to have a
exactly.
nap. I'm gonna have to have a nap after church. Like that's the only way this is gonna work. I'm gonna need a nap after church.
You definitely will.
But yeah, I'm ready to see what happens. The pre-show will be about 2 hours. So it's gonna be about 2 matches. Currently, right now, slated in the second pre-show match slot. Don't know if this is how it's gonna go down. The New Day.
No.
Oh, go ahead, Keish.
Have we talked about the first pre-show match slot?
That's currently the cruiserweight title spot, from what I've been told. I don't know if that's official.
Okay,
but
so you don't know about the second match that's been set up.
Right now,
show.
I had slated the New Day with the Usos, but who do you got?
Okay, so I had got a message to my phone. The second match for the SummerSlam for the kickoff show, it's going to be Jason Jordan and the Hardy Boys versus Miz and the Miz Taraj.
Okay. Breaking news.
Yeah.
Do I have a breaking news sounder? No, I do not have a breaking news sounder.
This pisses me off because the Intercontinental title should be defended at SummerSlam. But I'm glad that he's at least competing. I mean, I guess that's just the right side of somebody's idiotic decision making. But you know, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny. You say that, and I agree. Like, how the hell is the IC champ? Like, at this point, prior to this, the Intercontinental Champion is not booked on the show.
Exactly.
And even booked in the pre-show is probably not like the best use of the Intercontinental Champion.
No, it's not. It's not even the least. It's not. See, my thought in my mind was, okay, so they got this thing going with Jason Jordan. Give Jason Jordan an Intercontinental title shot. I never said he had to win. I just said, like, hey, why don't they set that match up for SummerSlam so that the Intercontinental title can be defended at SummerSlam? But then this happened, and I was like, okay, no, that's definitely not anywhere close to what needed to happen. Like, that's retarded. I have nothing against the other competitors in this match at all. It's just the Intercontinental Championship is an important title and should be defended at one of the most important pay-per-views of the year. Period. So I'm going to really need for them to have an Intercontinental title match at SummerSlam. Like, I can't deal with this foolishness. I just can't. I can't. I was mad when I saw that earlier. I was like, are you fucking serious? Like, I just couldn't deal. Because when Raw happened and we still, when Raw ended and we still didn't have an Intercontinental title match for SummerSlam, I was like, okay, this ain't gonna work. I'm gonna really need for them to set Miz up with somebody for this pay-per-view. I never meant for this to be a 6-man tag. Like, that's definitely not the direction that I was talking about going into. But I digress. Like,
here's the thing. I think if you knew you was gonna go with Jordan, you could have set this up maybe even since the announcement. That's where you could have put the ball in motion. And then you would have had a nice build up for an IC title match by the pay-per-view.
Exactly.
Now, this is a little bit of scrambling. The Hardys didn't have anything to do because the Revival was out. They're hurt. So, well, one member of the Revival was hurt. So you kind of down. They have to do something with the Hardys. They had to do something with Jordan. They had to do something with the Mr. Raj. Now, I think because Jordan and the Hardys are going to win. Let's just put that out there. But mind you,
you're right. You're right.
So let me give you the last 4 weeks. The Mr. Raj gets beat by Ambrose and Rollins. Handicap match, mind you.
Mm-hmm.
Brock comes out and beats the hell out of all three of them by himself.
Right.
Jordan slams Miz into the other guys and they look stupid. They try to jump Jordan after a match and the Hardys come out. So now they're going to lose on Sunday. What fucking credibility does the Mr. Raj have?
They don't. It starts to diminish very fast. Like, as you tell each story, it just goes down.
They are a job squad where the leader has a title. It is so weird.
It sucks. That's what it does. It sucks. It's awful. It's bullshit. I'm going to call it what it is. It's BS to the fullest, and it sucks. Like, I don't support. You know, you don't even have to like the Miz. You don't. You don't even have to like the Miz to know that he needs a title match. Like, you don't even have to like the Miz to know how this is going to go. Like, seriously, come on, people. Do better. Do better.
But so the next match on the list, the New Day will defend their newlywed SmackDown titles against the Usos. It will be the lineup of Xavier Woods and Big E, I think, in the match this time. What you got on it, Keish? What you got on the 40?
Oh, Lord, I don't know. I don't know. This pay-per-view is starting to become a little more difficult as we go along. A little bit. I'll let you handle this one, Keith. Take it away.
I think the New Day retains. I think there'll be shenanigans, but I think the New Day retains.
See, I don't really. You know what's funny about this entire feud and everything is I'm a fan of both teams. Like, I am a huge fan of both teams, so I really just can't. I feel like I win either way because, hey, I like both of them. So I really just can't choose a winner out of the two. Like, I can't see one winning over. I mean, I know it has to happen. Of course, you have to have a winner because you have to have tag team champions. So I really don't know how to say, like, it's going to be the New Day or it's going to be the Usos. Like, I don't really know how to put that together in my head to make it sound like, okay, yeah, that'll work. Like, I don't know. So, yeah, I'll let you handle that one.
Yeah, I'm going to go
all you, because I can't.
I'm going to go with New Day. I think New Day is going to rock. New Day rocks. New Day rocks. I think there'll be a third match, so maybe the Usos win the third match. But right now, I'm going to go with New Day. That takes us into John Cena versus Baron Corbin. as we demonstrated earlier, Baron Corbin lost his Money in the Bank cash-in, so he is the third person out of I forget how many guys. He's taking the chance of winning the world title down to like 96%. You know what I mean? But on the cash-in. But with that being here or there, I think John Cena wins.
You know what? I don't. For some reason, I'm not seeing it, Keith. I'm really not. I think Corbin's going to take this win and let John Cena take this L. I really do. And I ain't got nothing against John. Like, don't get me even started. Like, I ain't got nothing against John. I just don't think he's going to win. Like, personally, I think that Corbin's going to get his SummerSlam. I think Corbin is going to get the spotlight he should have deserved when he cashed in Money in the Bank. I think that this is going to be his moment. I think that this is going to be a clean win over Cena. Maybe not squeaky clean. You know, it's a little there, but not too much.
I'm going to say this.
So,
Cena gave up his one job to Nakamura this year. That's it. He ain't losing like for a while. I think he beats Corbin. Word on the street is Corbin got a little bit of heat backstage, and that's why he dropped the belt. I don't know how true that is per se. But yo, him losing that kind of sucked.
yeah, that was awful.
Sucked.
I felt for him. Like, I really felt for him in that moment because, like, it's one thing to cash in the briefcase, right? To cash in that contract. It's another thing to cash in that contract so close to having won it, just to lose that entire opportunity. It crushed me, and I'm not even the one. Like, I'm not even involved.
Yeah, I mean, the only guy to recover from that is John Cena. That's probably because he's John Cena. Now,
right.
Everybody else, I don't know, Keish.
But why not? Why not?
I don't know, I'm just saying.
What is there not to know, man? What is there not to know? Of course, I gotta be pushing it on, egging it on.
Right. But, no.
Of course, I gotta be egging it on.
I think Cena wins. SummerSlam is a big event. I think they like big stars winning big events. And You know, I hope Corbin. I think Corbin's going to win just because of that fact. Big stars, big names. Corbin wins, just slashes all of that, just destroys it. Like, Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin is going to become a big name, and in his own right. So it's more than likely just going to start now. Well, that's all I'm saying. What he needs to stop doing is having Twitter beefs with people and beefing with Dave Meltzer on Twitter. That never is good for your career. And don't block people that work for the company. I heard that happen. So, just understand, if your job know you on Twitter, you can't block them.
Right.
Like, you got to take that L. Whatever it is, you can't block them. You hit that button like, block? Oh, shit. How did I get blocked by Baron? Oh, shit. Go to the office. Hey, Hunter, this guy's being a little bit of a dick. Really? Yep, nope, no parts of it. Yeah, so that happened. But we're going to keep it moving, Keish. Randy Orton takes on Rusev. Okay, sorry. What you got?
Rusev. As much as I love Randy, Rusev, definitely. Have you seen how strong and dominant Rusev has looked lately? Like, I personally think this is his step into a better place on the main and in the SmackDown Live world. I think this is where he kind of sharpens his character a little bit. This is how he makes himself a better contender for all of it. So, yeah, I think he beats Randy. I'm not going to say he's going to put him in an accolade. I ain't saying all that. But I think he beats Randy. Even though I love RKOs out of nowhere.
Yeah, here's the thing. I think the Bulgarian Brute, who, of course, Dilly doesn't really wave the flag anymore, which I think is by design after, stuff. I think he will win. I think Rusev takes it. Why? It's just his time. Like, I think this is one of those things where they try to push him along again and make it, and they go, Yeah, they'll do what they gotta do, but I think
it's gonna be interesting.
I think Rusev goes ahead. So that leads us to the Raw Tag Team Championship match, where Cesaro and Sheamus will defend the belts against the reunited Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. Keish, what do you have here?
I mean, isn't it obvious? Dean and Seth. Like, how can you not?
No, I agree.
To me, it's that obvious to me.
No, I agree.
You can't put them back together like that and didn't have them lose. That would suck. Then again, yeah.
I think they're slated for a Shield reunion. I think it will blow up, and I think it would be, it's Dean and Seth. Like, it's no big deal there.
Right.
Finn Balor will take on Bray Wyatt, Keish, in a one-on-one match. I'm going to say this one is easy. Bray won on Raw. He poured some paint on Finn and da-da-da-da.
Right.
SummerSlam, biggest event of the summer. I think this is Finn's coming out party. This is his return to the top. This is his return to the ascension of trying to be U.S. champion.
Yes. There you go.
I feel like I said U.S. champion, Universal champion. The Demon will come out on Sunday. So this is going to be the match of fantastic interests. Like, Bray's going to come down with his Fireflies, but then Finn is going to come out and Bray is going to be like, what is he doing? And it's going to show us, like, this guy, the guy who's the master of mind control, it appears. It's going
Well, I think Finn is definitely going to take all of it. So Finn is going to have his moment. He deserves it. He deserves every single bit of it. And he's going to have it. So, yeah, I'm definitely with the Demon. Like, it's going to be. Besides, how can anybody not be intrigued by that entire thing? Like, come on. Stop it. I've been waiting for this for a minute now. So, yeah, like, Finn can't go out there and lose. Like, it can't happen. He has to take the W. He has to. It's a must. It's not even a thing of, like, being a request anymore. Like, this has to happen. So, it's all his.
Right. Big Cass versus Big Show with Enzo in a shark cage over the ring. What you got, Keith? I'm going to tell you right now. I hate this match.
Oh, God.
Yeah, here's the thing.
Oh,
First
God.
of all, I hate it because, one, I just don't like most of the participants. I hate it because it's stupid. Why is he in a shark cage? Oh, so you don't interfere? You know what you do that to? You do that to heel managers.
Which is true. That is true. That's true.
Not to a baby face. It's just all like, what the hell? What the fuck?
Yeah, this match has become way out of ridiculous. It has become utterly ridiculous. Like, in all honesty, the Cruiserweight Championship match should be right there. And this whole Cass Big Show thing should be in the kickoff show. Like, they need to swap. Because SummerSlam is a place for titles. Cruiserweight Championship is a title. Put that on the show. Take this crap. Put this in the kickoff. That's what you do. Because I would rather see that than this. Like,
yeah.
Come on, man. Like, it's retarded. It does not dignify an answer. like I don't care which one's gonna win because this is ridiculous anyway. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
It is what it is. They're bored. I'm gonna take Big Show for no real reason. I really don't care about this match. I just said that out loud too. U.S. title match, Keish. And damn, we are still got like 5 matches. This is gonna be a long ass pay-per-view. Hell, it's a long preview. AJ Styles defends the United States Championship against Kevin Owens. Special guest referee Shane McMahon. Keish, where are we at? What you got?
Ooh. You know what? I was asked earlier today, will Shane screw AJ Styles? Like, is he going to... It was a topic of discussion amongst me and some of my friends. Like, they were like, is he going to screw AJ Styles? Like, is he going to be... Is this Shane's heel turn? And I'm just kind of like, nah, I don't think that's going to happen. You know? Like, this is a different Shane McMahon that we're talking about. But then again, you know, it could be one and the same. So, who knows? I don't really know how to figure out who's going to win. I really don't. I don't have a formula today. Because I'm still trying to figure out, you know, is Shane going to be on one side or the other, or is he just going to just be in the middle somewhere, you know? Right. So, I can't really pinpoint who will win, but I really think AJ just might retain, though.
Yeah. My prediction is AJ wins. I don't see any way AJ doesn't walk out with this belt. I think AJ walks out with the belt. I think Kevin will get into it with Shane post-match, and that will set the wheels in motion for their feud. And, you know, they'll figure it out. But, yeah. So that's that.
Yeah. What happens after that?
After that, Alexa Bliss will defend her Raw Women's title against Sasha Banks. Now, can Sasha Banks win the title at the pay-per-view and not win it on Raw? Keisha, your thoughts?
Oh, yes. Yes. And another yes. I think so, and I'm waiting to see her do it. So, I think that I really think that Sasha just might become a 5-time champion. That's just my and I'm not saying that as a biased personal opinion. Like, I'm saying that as my true and honest opinion. Because, I mean, you know, I really think that. I think Alexa Bliss is her perfect match, but I also believe that this will be Sasha's night, too. So, I guess that's just my kind of take on it.
Okay. Here's what I would give you. I agree. I think Sasha wins the belt. Now, you want a fantasy world? A fantasy world is her best friend Bailey comes out and hugs her, right? And they hug it. But Sasha don't know. Bailey's shoulder that got better. It is ready. And while they hugging, belly to fucking Bailey. Bailey heel turn. It's never gonna happen. Yeah, it's never gonna happen. But that's
kind of
like my fantasy world. That's fantasy world. But real talk, Sasha wins the belt.
You know what's funny about a Bailey heel turn is the discussion of it is hilarious to me. I was talking to a fellow wrestling fan about it, and I was like, yeah, I have to honestly say that I'm kind of getting a little nauseated with the I love hugs, rainbows, and unicorn shit. Like, it's really, it works for her, but at the same time, for me, it's just kind of like, all right.
Show's over.
I think
moving along.
I think Bailey just needs some edge. Like, they don't even have to change her completely, but she just needs some edge to her, you know? She doesn't have any edge to her. So, I don't know. But that's pretty much where I'm at with Bailey right now. So.
Yeah. I can see how you get there.
Can't imagine.
That's going down. But yeah. Sasha beats Alexa. And they begin their feud. Nia Jax will get involved. She probably will get involved with this match, and we'll go from there. Naomi will defend her women's title against Natalya for SmackDown. I do not foresee a title change in this match.
Really?
I do see. No, I do not.
Do tell.
I do see shenanigans. Possible Carmella cash in? Possible. Possible Tamina interfered for no weird reason with Lana as her new manager or whatever the hell it is.
Right.
But I think Naomi beats Natalya.
You know, I think I agree. But I don't really see, you know, I see them interfering. I don't see them disrupting the match itself, but just kind of being there, hanging around, causing all kinds of distractions, you know, heels, nerves, you know,
right,
that kind of thing. I think Naomi retains. I definitely think she'll retain, and she really just enjoys this wonderfulness that she has been. If I'm correct, she's the longest SmackDown Women's Champion right now, like the longest reign. So,
yeah,
I hope she keeps this up. Like, I'm with it. So yeah, I my girl Naomi, yeah. And, you know, I still don't think Carmella's going to cash in. I think Carmella's still going to wait and cash in. Because I don't think that, I really just don't think that she is going to use the contract just yet. I think she'll hold off for a little while longer.
I think you're optimistic. And it's possible. They don't rush it through. But yeah, Naomi keeps the belt. Now, on to the men's world titles. Jinder Mahal defends his world title against Shinsuke Nakamura in the WWE title match. Now, if you know me, if you followed this show, Shinsuke Nakamura is my favorite wrestler.
Of course.
I believe Shinsuke Nakamura should win this match.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think he will. So, here's the thing. I think a lot has been invested in Jinder Mahal. I think a lot is believed about his ability to draw money from the Indian market. I mean, they do interviews in Hindi. They've got a lot of presentations. I saw a picture of him and Cal Penn. Like, pretty much every top Indian person is coming out. Pretty soon you're going to see pictures of him and Mindy Kaling. Like, it's just going to be... It's going down, Keish. Like, he's repping for the culture. Culture that probably... It ain't been really repped. So, 1.3 billion people. Somebody at the office like, 1.3 billion? Hey, man, if we could just get 5 million subscribers to for the WWE Network, we'll be rolling. So, yeah. I'm going to say that this is what it is. And I will go with, Jinder. Jinder's going to win. Jinder's going to hold on to that belt. I don't like it. I want Nakamura. And if Nakamura wins, I'm popping like crazy. This is one where I hope I'm wrong. But, your thoughts. So,
I don't know. I guess for me, God, I don't know. Because, I mean, really, in all honesty, where does this put either one of them? I mean, you have Jinder on one side, who is actually a great champion, to say the least. I'm very shocked at this, but not too much. And then you have Shinsuke, who would be a great champion to have for SmackDown Live. So, I mean, does it really matter?
It matters. I mean, it matters in the future of booking. First of all, man, if we can set the table for a title, like a champ versus champ match with AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura down the line somewhere,
yes,
I'm all for that. More, please. But
I guess in my mind, this is where Jinder loses the title, because it makes sense to set it up that way. I think that we'll end up with a new champion, because it'll set up a feud between them two. Of course, the title could end up going back and forth, but at the same time, it probably won't. Jinder tries a couple of more times for a rematch. He loses. That kind of thing. It sets up, it could possibly set up AJ and Shinsuke in the future. It could be way sooner than we think, I mean, we don't know what direction this really is going to head into, but at the same time, with him winning the title, I mean, Nakamura will be on top. And who wouldn't like that? Everybody loves this guy. I love this guy. Like, so, is it bad that I'm, like, thoroughly ecstatic about his ring entrance? Because I know it's going to be bomb. Like, I know his ring entrance is going to be lit. So I'm just kind of like, yeah, let's fast forward to his match real quick. Like, we can come back. But, okay. I know I just went off in a random tangent, but I had to do it. Okay, I had to. So, yeah, this is going to be, I'm actually looking forward to this match. I'm looking forward to seeing how they work together too, because Jinder and Mahal and Nakamura are like day and night right now. So these are two totally different people that have to get together and make this match work. So I'm really excited to see how that goes for them. All of it. So, I guess that's the whole point of watching SummerSlam, huh?
Yeah, it is. I think Jinder retains just on the strength that They still are pushing this India thing very hard. So, I mean, they done brought back the Great Khali. I think they really, really, really want this thing to work. So,
Right.
yeah, I'm going to go for it.
Yeah.
But,
It's gonna be interesting.
yeah, it is. It's going to be very interesting.
It's gonna be interesting.
Shout out to the chat room. Yeah. Next up, main event: Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe versus Braun Strowman. Fatal 4-way for the Universal title. Brock does not have to be pinned to lose the title.
Not at all.
Keish, where does this go?
I don't know where it goes, Keith. I don't know where it goes. I have been contemplating the answer to that since this match was made. Because I have been asked, I've been in discussion groups, I've been in conversations, I have been watching, Raw for the past couple of weeks. I have, thoroughly tried to figure out which one of these men is going to hold that belt at the end of this match, right? I got nothing. Because it was so hard to really just be like, all right, it could be him, it could be him, it could be him, because the tells truth, it could be any of them. Brock, on the other hand, I don't think he's going to retain his title. That's the crazy part about this situation. I don't think he's going to retain the title. I think it's going to go to someone else.
Here's the thing. A lot of people think it's been spoiled because Barclays is advertising Brock Lesnar Universal Champion for Monday Night Raw. I'm going to say that doesn't happen. I'm not going to say it doesn't happen. They have to advertise that because they can't give away. The WWE gave them the finish. Who knows? Okay, the stipulation of Brock not returning if he loses the title could go so many ways. It could be leading to tell me that he's going to lose because he's going to get ready for the UFC. And, he's going to come back when he's ready to come back. Or it be he ain't going to lose.
Right. Now, if he doesn't lose, that would be the shocker. No BS. If he doesn't lose his title, that will be the shocker for me. That was what will make my mouth be wide open and I'd be like, what the? Like, that right there, that would be the shocker for me. If he retains his title, that's it for me. Like, I'm done. I will be done after that.
It's an interesting dilemma. Okay. This is what I've done. I've taken Roman Reigns out of any idea of winning this thing. So, with Roman out of my picture of the idea of him winning, it's these three guys. It's Brock, Braun, and Samoa Joe. Who's got a path to victory? I think Samoa Joe could win this match and could get help from Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman be the next Samoa Joe, which what I thought could have happened in their last match. Paul does the swerve and turns on Brock and bets it all on Samoa Joe. Scenario 2. Braun beats the shit out of everybody. And you know what the narrative is? Braun Strowman is the most dominant force in the history of wrestling. Braun Strowman moved out Brock Lesnar. He pushed Brock Lesnar out of the WWE. Who will beat this mammoth of a man? The guy who scooped up the Big Show and had him on his shoulder.
Yeah, pretty much.
Who can beat this man? All right. Third scenario. Brock wins. The reigning, dominant, defended world champ keeps the belt, Keeps riding it out. Takes a few months off. You'll see him again a little bit before Survivor Series. Who knows? Or whatever. Because Brock shows up when Brock wants to show up. I mean, he's held the title consistently since WrestleMania.
Yeah, you right about that.
This is the first back-to-back title defenses for him, with between the pay-per-views.
And which is why the Intercontinental title and the Cruiserweight Championship. How could I forget about the Cruiserweight Championship? Both of them need to be on the card, the main card, not the kickoff show. No, that did not happen. But I'm not gonna get in the middle of that. I'm just not. So, whatever. Whatever.
Right. Well, with that all being said, I think we've locked up SummerSlam, Keish. And in a show that was supposed to be done in about 45 minutes, we have done 2 hours. Haven't done 2 hours in a while. Is there anything you would like to add or anything you would like to throw in before we go?
Watch Takeover and SummerSlam. It is going to be worth it. Don't look for Paige to come back. Don't look for Paige to come back this weekend unless WWE doctor's been cleared and I don't know about it. Then, maybe she'll pop up. But that's a whole nother story for another day. So, other than that, no. I think I got everything that we appreciate y'all out there that listen to us. I definitely do. Oh, another thing too, be looking on the lookout for some more news coverage of the Mae Young Classic. As the 28th is when they will be broadcasting the bracket, and then of course they're going to be broadcasting the show, the first couple of shows after that. So just be on the lookout for all of that, and please continue to listen to us every week as we try to bring this to you in the most wonderful way possible. We love you. Y'all awesome.
Okay. With that, go to iTunes, give us a 5-star rating, tell us why you love us, and do the same on Stitcher. And if you don't, keep it to yourself. With that, we are out, and we will say peace, everybody.
Bye.